guys. I woke up today and I had this overwhelming, compelling um, thought. It's kind of just been on my mind all morning. Um, it's about my past and some of the things that I've done in my life, and ultimately it made me think about guilt and shame and forgiveness. And I think we as human beings, all of us, we all carry around guilt and shame, and some of us cope with it in different ways. Some of us suppress that. Some of us are very open about it. Um, but I think if we don't handle it the right way, it can have a detrimental effect on who we are and our lives. So part two of me, myself, and my failures is coming soon. But in the meantime, I wanted to give you guys a little video, about something that really plays into my whole series and this whole channel, and and something that I think really is just important to mankind in general, and that really has to do with forgiveness. So when I was heavily involved in drugs, I was in denial about a lot of things, a lot of self denial, but I really wasn't honest with myself above all things, and that dishonesty with myself really manifested in my life. So when I was in this state of constant sedation due to the painkillers that I was taking, I I did a lot of crazy stuff. I robbed people, my parents, my friends. I lied constantly, constantly lying. I had to keep up with all my lies. Um, I cheated on partners that I had. Just really messed up. I was just in a very difficult time, and really, when I got straight and I got myself clean, I got myself straightened out. I I still carried around a lot of guilt and a lot of shame, that I had um, from the way that I was living my life, and it was difficult for me. So I had to make amends with a lot of people, and there were a lot of people that didn't want to, make amends with me. They didn't want to reconcile, the fact that, I was on drugs, but ultimately I'm responsible for my actions, on drugs or not. So um, even after making amends or trying to make amends with most people, I still had that that guilt and shame with me. And really, what it comes down to is I couldn't forgive myself. I couldn't forgive myself, and I realized in my life that I couldn't forgive other people either. I had a difficult time forgiving other people who have wronged me. Um, so when I realized this, um, I sat down and I really thought about, I thought about myself, I thought about other people and how they've impacted me, how my decisions have impacted myself, and I started to make amends with myself. I started to forgive myself, and when I began to do that, I let go of a lot of stuff that was weighing me down, and ultimately, I I was able to forgive other people too, that have wronged me. Um, and it was a big step in my life. So ultimately, I'm sharing this with everyone because number one, we all make mistakes, and we all have guilt and shame about some things that we've done. And like I said, some of us we don't even want to deal with that, and we build up these walls and this persona, this ego, and we feed it constantly, and we don't really address the issues at hand. So um, we need to, as people, be more transparent and more honest with ourselves. And when we can begin to do that, we can have an impact on how we respond to certain situations, how we forgive others. Because when we don't forgive, we have resentment and we hold on. We have grudges and we hold on to these grudges, and uh, those things are detrimental to our growth as people. Um, you know, it doesn't allow us to really um, come to terms with who we are. And when we start to realize who we are as people, imperfect people, then we understand, that we're gonna make mistakes, and then we can begin to forgive ourselves, and we can begin to forgive other people. And so I just want to give some words of encouragement. I want to encourage everybody um, to just really, really evaluate, ourselves, and take a step back, and not be so harsh on others for the mistakes that they make. Um, you know, Sometimes it's difficult, especially when somebody is habitual. But then we need to take a step back and realize, do I need to make a life adjustment? Do I need to, cut certain people out of my life? Yeah. So ultimately, guys, I want to leave you with, again, words of encouragement, just to really be honest with ourselves, and from that honesty, just to begin to begin to forgive ourselves and come to terms with who we are as people, and that's imperfect. So, guys, I just want to leave off by saying, let's be a little more patient, and reconcile with our past, and those who have wronged us, and the mistakes that we've made. So if you guys like this video, if you could just click the link in the bio, and like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.